As of March, we're 5 years into Sea of Thieves, and never has the future of the game been more uncertain than right now. We just got PvP matchmaking at the tail end of 2022, and Rare has teased that Season 9 will feature guilds in one form or another. But what in the world comes after that? I honestly don't have the slightest idea, and that's a little frightening. Because after all, this is a game as a service, meaning as long as people keep buying the game and spending money in the Emporium, Rare will likely keep pushing content. But as I just said, we're 5 years in already, half a decade. Like it or not, Sea of Thieves does eventually have an expiration date. I'd honestly say that Sea of Thieves peaked with the addition of A Pirate's Life, the Pirates of the Caribbean expansion. That update brought so many new faces to the game, and server latency issues were a fraction of what they are today. The game still had hit reg and other issues, but it was a good spot for the game as a whole. But could Rare achieve that same buzz today? If I'm being honest, I really don't think so. As you'd imagine, it's really hard to top Jack Sparrow, and even if they did a part 2 to A Pirate's Life, it wouldn't be as popular. Most of the people who would buy a copy of the game likely already did so with that original expansion. So does that mean the game is dead? Of course not. It's still one of the most unique experiences out there in gaming right now and still maintains a very solid community. I've personally logged over 3,500 hours at this point and still log on to murder other pirates every weekday at twitch.tv/blurbs. Point being, even if the game has already peaked, that is okay. But we're left with the fear of the unknown because what is next? What in the world can Rare do to keep this game alive? So in my mind, Rare has two options. Option 1 is taking a page from Bungie with Destiny 2 and just do a Sea of Thieves 2. It's a pretty obvious solution and something people ask me about constantly. However, I really wouldn't see a point. What can Rare do in a sequel that they can't just add to the Sea of Thieves we have now? Sure, we could get like a brand new map, I guess, but Sea of Thieves at its core is pirates in a shared world shooting cannonballs at each other and NPCs. That's still the same game. They could remake all the systems we have issues with today from the ground up and pitch it as a new game, but it's still the same game. I think the only way a sequel would work would be a spiritual sequel, set in space or somewhere entirely new. Now, we do have Everwild, Rare's next project, but we really don't know much about that game, and from what we've seen, it really doesn't look to be PvPvE or really similar to Sea of Thieves in any way. Now, option 2, I'm personally very fond of. Many games have lived on way past their expiration date by handing over the tools to the community. The thing that still amazes me day after day is the sheer potential of the sandbox Rare has given us. It's still one of the best I've ever seen. I really think Sea of Thieves would flourish as a platform if we, the community, had tools to host our own private, modded servers. Now, Sea of Thieves partners can currently host private servers that don't save progress, but we aren't able to tweak any settings or mod anything at all. Imagine being able to recreate Arena or tweak it to your liking. People could finally get their PvE only servers and then quit a week later when they realize the PvE is pretty mind-numbing without the imminent threat of PvP. I'd personally love to focus on an immersive, potentially RP-driven server with as many mechanics to encourage player interaction as possible. Think like GTA RP or DayZ. Being able to use Sea of Thieves as a platform rather than letting it fade into obscurity would keep me playing the game for another 5 years or more. Before you go, I do have some important news to let you know. The Obsidian 6-pack and capstans are being retired by Rare. This means the final 6-pack and capstan giveaway on my stream will be happening on February 1st. They are being replaced by the Serpent sales, and these will be the most exclusive cosmetic for quite a while. So that giveaway will also be happening Wednesday, February 1st. So make sure you do not miss it. Twitch.tv/blurbs. What do you think about all this? Do you think Sea of Thieves has peaked already? Would a sequel even make sense? And how do you feel about potentially being able to mod servers? Let me know in the comments. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date with the state of Sea of Thieves and PvP in general. Check out the Discord. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.